and unfortunately, behind the fact that you will have lots of bad outcomes because basically the markets and asset prices fluctuate a lot.
Everybody does.
Okay,
right.
Behind the fact that there's bad outcomes, a lot of people hide, and a lot of that's why a lot of the advice can be
Deflected.
Portrayed, it could be portrayed as, listen, this is what happens, and that's true. So that's also
this is what happens. I'm not the genie.
Yeah,
I'm just
listen,
the financial advisor.
Asset prices. I mean, whoever really understands financial markets, global markets, is that you have to understand. I was for years in the research world in Wall Street, and every time I used the word gambling, the editors would scratch it out. So I'm not in that position. I can use. I want to be responsible and say it's not exactly gambling, but there is a gambling component when it comes to it's
investment.
Like, yeah, of course. So I think for me at least the big cost is the lack of trust. Okay, because that gambling, that investment, that risk taking is something that you want to encourage as a system. That risk taking creates jobs. Creates innovation,
creates businesses.
Like so many good things come out of that. So the challenge and the aggregate is that when the trust is eliminated, it's just inefficient. It becomes an inefficient process. At least for me, it becomes really tedious trying to watch like who's taking what from where, and then just losing that phase and in a world in which business is supposed to get faster,
right.
more transparent, investing more, I think that's detrimental to all of us. And when you think of the quality of life in the States, in a globalized world, it shouldn't be that we outsource things and then our quality of life diminishes. It's actually quite the contrary. It's like
you outsource because you can get it done for less, and you're
less. But the quality of life in the States should come up, not down.
Right. It shouldn't be like we just shipped our jobs someplace else.
Correct. Like you should be exchanging.
Right. Because I was able to get this job done faster, so now I have more time to expand my local workforce.
You should the trade. Trades are made, or the trade theory is supposed to give a better life to everybody, not better life to somebody and a worse life to others. And I guess my point is that when it coming back to financial services and this gap in terms of the reaction shouldn't be more regulation, but better regulation. And also, here's the challenge, because it sounds like idealistic, but financial services should really step up to the plate. Brokerage firms should step up to the plate and saying, listen, we're not going to tolerate selling products that people just don't understand. And we can do that because it's completely doable. If you go back, and I call lazy money, it's like we won't make lazy money. It's like people should earn their living not by fooling the investor,
right,
but by actually serving them and saying, listen, we're going to take your money, you're going to pay us, but pay us for,
service.
And you may lose money, okay? That's what investing is.
Right. Nobody can promise that.
Nobody can promise that. But we have to do the good job. And, that's the challenge of, like, when are we using information? When is a firm using information for you or against you?
But I have a feeling that that the many of these corporations, businesses, in a premeditated way, write things to cause additional fees to be racked up. You could see this in law enforcement. You could see this in many different systems in society, so that there was some kind of a pre-thought in actually racking up money through hiding information or being deceptive.
Correct. Yeah, again, I'm cautioning you that I don't want to take the approach. I'm very, very analytical about this, right? So yes. I'm not going to take the approach as, somebody's doing it on purpose or that this is the common practice. It happens, it completely happens. We know that. It's
right.
obvious. Any consumer that doesn't know that firms sometimes, use tricky. I mean, basically,
like the old thing, like somebody wants you to sign up, buy this product. I wanted to buy just the other day a headset for the computer. Okay, and the best price $11. Great, I'll buy it. But then there's some little print down there that says that when I buy this headset, I just signed up for a monthly subscription to a magazine.
Correct. No, that's a huge challenge in today's world. It's a huge challenge. I basically making money from your home, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
and then when you want to turn it off, the first month is free. When you want to turn it off, they make it.
Yeah. See,
how do I unsubscribe to this?
So I read the other day, this was on CNN. I'm sorry, I don't remember the report, but they said that there was this study in which 1 out of every 54 money making from home schemes.
Yeah.
Only 1 out of 54 was legitimate.
Yeah.
Right. So that shows you basically that either they're capturing the market. These 53 people are not legitimate. Are catching the market that is ready to be caught. Right. So they're catching people that are either helpless or that they're just ill-informed. And again, that's the challenge.
They're desperation.
Yeah,
they want to believe it so badly.
They want to believe it so badly. So that's the typical case of for them. It's very simple to operate these schemes because they just go out in the internet and catch the people who are ready to be caught. So they're using the information against you because the second they caught you, they already know your profile, right? So that's organized. That's organized.
It's almost like you said before that it's like almost like organized crime.
Yeah, I mean it is organized, and it just happened that it's not crime because they manage, or certain people manage to be within the boundaries of the law.
Right.
And
they gave you the information in a prospectus this big.
Correct. So
they're in compliance.
So yeah, and again, for me, it's just being an analyst in this case.
Right.
I'm not trying to not.
No, I get emotional about this.
Yeah, but I try not to get moralistic about it.
Right.
I'm trying to be very practical as to like what works and what doesn't work in the entire
and
system.
how to restore the trust, right?
How to restore the trust? Because I think again that information technology in theory should be enhancing our lifestyle, not diminishing it, right? I don't know if you get. I've been put on now in the do not call lists, but that's the challenge of having so much available to them to like create all there is a possibility of enhancing our life, not diminishing it.
Absolutely. Well, we've been here with Guillermo MacLean, and it's always a pleasure. And you're welcome anytime to discuss. You're very good at expanding our understanding, of the issues, and it does take some focusing on it. And thanks, for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Pleasure. You've been watching Rabbi Rock.